Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. How are we doing today? We have Antoine in the chat, woohoo! And Dan's there lurking as well, I love it. Hi everybody. Okay. So, we are working today on a project that some of us have seen before. We can see you, yeah! What's up, Dan? I'm good. I'm doing good, Antoine. It's been a busy day. The sun is shining. It's all lovely outside. Mother Nature had a little hissy fit on the weekend, but she's calming down now, so that's good. No, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Had some dinner. I'm ready to do some fun art things with you guys. So we are here, and we are in Photoshop today. We're switching it up a little bit. I'm working on a project that a few friends have requested of me. We worked on this, oops, there we go. We worked on this a little bit a few weeks ago, doing some of the traditional work and cleaning up some of the files. But now the project is requested for friends of mine. They are redoing their daughter's bedroom. She's getting a grown-up bedroom now. And so they requested some art to go in the room to upgrade the frames that they have. And we were just kind of waiting on furniture, and then we were just kind of like waiting for some answers and stuff. So I put a few other like rushy things on in front of these. But now the furniture has arrived, and it is time to get back to work. So there's not much work left to do, but we're going to do a little cleanup here. So for those of you who missed the original stream, I've done a few different letters here. And the idea was all house plants. So come on. So here's one, and here's the other, and here's the other. So all put together, they kind of look like this roughly. Now, I was really hung up last time that the plants all kind of look different style-wise. I'm not super worried now seeing them like the E, M, and I here, because like the styling pretty like looks close together, and these plants would have like these two on either side would have more yellow in them. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. And okay, guys, and this would be more of a green plant, but the styling on the big one here, there's still like not as much pencil strokes and things as I'd like. So we're going to work on this one a little bit today to see if we can get it a little more on board with the rest. The concept is that there'd be a fifth one as well that would have like a pile of plants in it. I realized after the stream last time, I don't have a spider plant, which is outrageous because I have so many spider plants for reference. And there's a couple other ones that we're missing. So I'm going to see how these come together, and then we'll see how we get with the snake plant. But each plant was drawn and watercolored and hand painted before bringing it into the digital. So we brought it in, and now we're going to get it all cleaned up. So I'm really going to work on this here. So we are, like I said, in Photoshop, latest and greatest. The screen seems to be reacting a lot quicker than my iPad, which is great. I'm using my handy dandy Wacom tablet, an essential tool, loyal tool too. I have had this beauty for quite a while, and she's freaking killing it. We had to replace the stylus, not because it broke, but because not Mojo, my brother's dog ate it. The first one. But that's okay. We were able to replace it, and we're back on track here. Now we're going to watch me relearn how to use it. I haven't used it in quite a while, so we are going to struggle through this together. What layer are we on here? So I brought in the plants, and I used the generative, like we were struggling a little bit last time when I was trying to clean up some of these files with the remove background, for some reason they weren't working, but I think now that I go back to that initial file with all of them, I think I was working at a much smaller size. So I think it just wasn't reading the pixels properly. So I think that was our issue. We're going to work on our mask, and we're going to have to remember the Photoshop rules because girl's been in fresco for a few minutes now. So we have the white, which means we're going to hide. Yay! What are you? What is this? Can I clear this layer? This is one thing that I find, like, Adobe's pretty good about, oh, there is a thing there, okay. A little pencil crayon line that I couldn't see. Adobe's pretty good about having things be kind of named consistently across their softwares, and different things. But sometimes it's like I have to remember what tools do what. Sorry, I have to actually save this file before we make a mess here. Let's see. So they're pretty good about having the tools be consistent across the board. It's just a matter of remembering which ones stick and which ones don't. Yeah. Okay. So it's just a matter of, oh yeah, I forgot I could do this. It's just kind of a matter of finding out like what they're called or how they work. Like there's some like layer clearing stuff here. Oh, hang on. Children in the hallway having a meltdown. Hey, come here, buddy. Come here. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Here, we'll get you a snack. Good boy. All right. Sorry about that. So it's just about remembering where different things are and what they do, and how each software kind of handles them. Like I think I mentioned before, I was using Illustrator once. I had been using almost exclusively Illustrator when I first started using Adobe products. And it was very late in the game. I was like, is there not an eraser in Illustrator? At the time there wasn't, which was weird for me to discover so late, but it just didn't work that way. But yeah, it's kind of funny. So working with that. So working with the Wacom tablet, this tool, I've expressed this before. This tool changed digital for me in a big way, because when you're painting, I had a fellow illustrator explain painting, like trying to do digital painting with a mouse, it's like painting with a bar of soap. And that is accurate. You don't have the nuances, you don't have, what the heck? I want you over here, you nincompoop. Okay, can we lock this maybe? That'll be good. I don't want to accidentally select that. I accidentally selected the R, and Photoshop has definitely improved their selection tools. I was away from Photoshop for a while, and you had to be very deliberate for a bit. So they've made it easier to select things, so I just have to remember not to do that. But yes, so the Wacom is really nice because you're kind of, it's mapped to your screen. So mine's nice and big, so I have lots of surface area to work with. So I can get some of those nuances and all that kind of stuff, but there's nothing wrong with some of the smaller ones. Like there's smaller, like 4x6 ones that a lot of people use. Obviously a little more cost effective, and probably do pretty well for certain kinds of work, but given the work that I do, I think we just keep things, it's nice to have this room for detail. She's in killer shape. She's like in brand new, and I just plugged her right in. Like, I plugged this in when I got my new computer, but that was like, how old is this computer now? It was in the pandemic. I was coming up on the long weekend too. She's almost got her anniversary, this computer. I didn't have Mojo. Have I had this computer for like 5 or 6 years? That's an outrage. She feels brand new. Before Mojo, so at least 5 years then. And I remember it being the May long weekend because it almost didn't arrive before the weekend, and I was going to be really upset because I had planned to spend the whole long weekend. And I wasn't traveling because of the pandemic to hang out with my new computer. Hello, Penny. She's dropping off an Etsy order. I'm so glad that you got an order. I love that. I like dropping off my orders too. It's fun to see the people who love this stuff. I hope they love their stuff. Oh gosh, my mouse is out of control. My mouse has gone wild. Okay. So, but yeah, so I set up the Wacom tablet, but haven't used it lately because I've been mostly in Fresco for the tarot. And she just plugged, I was like, hey, you know what, maybe I want to do the Wacom, like literally 5 minutes before the live. And she just functioned, which is amazing. That's not usually my tech story. I'm back. Summer must be for stickers. I had none, and then spring comes and stickers. Everybody loves stickers. Rogue mouse. My brain can't process Wacom. That's fair. You know, I understand. Like, it definitely takes some getting used to. That's why, like, this, I was saying earlier, like, leveled up my digital art because it was more like drawing by hand than it was than using the mouse. And then Fresco leveled it up to a different level because it was like a direct impact. Like you can, where your pen goes is where your brush goes, which is amazing. So it allows for some other things, which is great. So it levels up a little bit, but it definitely does take some getting used to. I use this tablet quite a bit. And so it definitely, oh gosh, what's happening? A tool I don't know how to use. Okay, let's just everybody calm down. So it definitely takes some getting used to, but I use this, like, I was looking back, I mentioned a while ago, like last week or something, that I've been going back to my older live streams because I'm building up the content to support the tarot deck, and all my first Behance beauties, like the ones that have the anniversary right now, they were all done using Wacom and Photoshop because I didn't have my new iPad yet, and I didn't even know about Fresco with those ones. So that was me in Photoshop, which blows my mind because right now I feel like I'm relearning Photoshop. But they've done a lot of updates to Photoshop, so I haven't been in it so much. I used to be in it at work a lot, so I was in the loop a little more, and now I am in it less so. But she's got lots of power. Rogue tablet, yep. Rogue tech is what's happening here. The Wacom tablet worked on the first go, and that was my tech success for tonight. The rest is going to be a mess. So other than fancy Etsy deliveries, what's everybody up to tonight? What are we up to? Any more bike rides, Penny? Has the weather been favorable? Our weather keeps kind of teasing us. Like, it'll be nice out. Like this Saturday, it was like really nice out. I'm like, oh, let's go for a big walk. And then we got our tornado warning. No tornado actually set down, but some farms on the north end were damaged, which is a shame. Oh, rain last weekend. Boo. Yeah, we're kind of like on the edge. Like we're in spring but teasing summer. So like right now it's gorgeous outside, but it's a little too cool to be out like on the balcony. I find up on the 8th floor. She's a little cool. And so then you go downstairs and it's like really hot. When you go for a walk, I'm like, well, I don't need this large coat. Aaron wants to go on a walk. Tornado said I could go for a walk too. Everybody, let's go. That was a little crazy. It was really windy when we went for a walk, but didn't look like imminent danger. And then I came upstairs and my phone started lighting up. The Jays game was interrupted. All kinds of alerts and chaos. I was like, what is going on? And then they went away. It was a little chaotic, just for a few minutes there. Luckily, no one was injured that I know of. I heard lots of sirens after, so I feel like people were driving or probably not driving according to conditions, but Londoners aren't known for that. Boop, 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 boop. Does anybody know if Odari streamed this weekend? I was watching for the notification if he did, but I don't know if I have like his new, if he's on Twitch or not. And YouTube doesn't always tell me when people go live. They'll tell me when people post things after. Because I get Alessandra's notifications. I jumped onto her stream this weekend. Tried to grab Penny's stream too. Oops. So all I'm doing right now is just masking away some of our edges here. We did, I did the remove background. So all I'm doing is doing a little bit of cleanup. Did not see Odari. Okay. So if he did stream, 2 of us missed him. Not on purpose. It's okay. Fair enough. If RB gets here, then we'll ask him because he does see everyone. He has all eyes. Okay, so let's use... Now, I'm going to use a dry brush. Because this is another thing in Photoshop. I was like, do you have a pencil brush? Like, of course you have a pencil brush, Erin. So, I'm going to put in a little bit of yellow. What have we got here? I'm going to get a bigger brush, that's for sure. Now, do we have a pressure sensitivity situation here? Not really. I can't remember what I set up here. Let's figure out, let's learn from our brushes, shall we? Oh yeah, so if I do this, yeah, pressure sensitivity, bam. So all I'm trying to do here is kind of give a little bit more pencil crayon to this, because like I said, this one came out really different from the others for some reason. The coffee just hit different or something when I did this one. I want to make sure, especially because it's so big, I want to make sure that it kind of comes together nicely with the other ones. Always zooming out, always making sure that things are going to work together here. It looks like I tried some yellow too, so that's, don't do that. Thank you. So this will be pulling that in together too. Just give it a little bit more excitement. So there's a little bit more hand-eye coordination happening here because I also have my keyboard for my shortcuts. And then a thing I like about the Wacom tablet, which my Apple Pencil does not do. Or we could ask Odari. Odari! It's like your ears are burning. We were just talking about you. Welcome to the stream. We were wondering if you streamed this weekend because I hope we didn't miss it. So one thing I am like that the Wacom tablet does that the Apple Pencil doesn't do is that like I have my pencil and you draw with it, but then when you flip it over, it'll erase like if it was a pencil. My Apple Pencil doesn't do that. I don't know if the new one does it or not, but that's a cool feature because I don't have to flip over the tools or anything. I can just hang out and do like I would if I was doing traditional work, which is super fun. Oh my goodness, Dan's in the Twitch chat. Welcome to the stream. What is happening, gentlemen? What is up? What are we up to this evening? Dan, I missed your stream this afternoon. I'm so sorry. People booked meetings at work. Boo. Okay, you didn't stream. Phew. Not that we're sad. Like, we are sad that you didn't stream, but I'm glad we didn't miss it. I didn't get a notification and I was worried I missed it. Okay, we'll keep watching for it. Coming soon. Are you doing Twitch and YouTube or just YouTube? I want to make sure I'm following in the right places is where I'm going with this. I don't think this is doing what I want it to do. I don't want to redo these because I think this is making it worse. Where's the M? The M is the one I want. I am making it worse. Good Lord. Okay, let's, okay, I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm only making it worse, but I'm like, not making it better. Yes, yes. So Dan says, Odar, you need to tell us about the string of IG posts where you announced the podcast. Yes, tell us more about this. Feel free to jump onto this platform for a sec and tell us about this because I want to listen. I guess like a lot of podcasts right now are kind of live streams because a lot of people do like that live in studio situation. Like you can watch them on YouTube. Although I feel like they're probably more structured than me just being like, I'm going to talk about art now. Okay, so this is livening up some of the color, which is good. Dan has to be your first guest, and I can be your second guest. I'm in. Book it. Let's go. I'm in. So tell us about it. For those that have not seen the Instagram, what is your current plan? I'm in. What's the plan? Yes, I will help you bury the body. What is going on? Okay. Be on Twitch and YouTube. Okay, okay. No, you. And then we're going to bring this down a touch and we're going to make it white. Up to white, please. Let's go. It says, do we get swag bags? Oh, now I feel bad. I've given no swag bags for my collaborations. I still got a lot of things going on at home. Still complicated in getting it together. Fair enough. That's important. Whenever you're ready, I'm in. Let's do it. I love a good plan. Let's go. Going down. Yeah. Okay, where's the plant for this one? Can we just turn it on? I don't want the M. I just want it here to inspire me. Okay. No, Erin. Erinna. Okay, I just want it here to inspire me. And we're gonna lock this one because the tablet is all over the place. Unless I can't lock it, which is dumb. Why can't I lock that layer? What? Lock layer. Ugh, okay, never mind. I think also what needs to be done here is a little bit of dark green as well. That's very exciting. What else has been going on here? I've been busy. I'm down to 15 cards left on the tarot deck. I'm kind of doing a final chaotic push here. Setting some deadlines because I want to make sure I have lots of time to edit and mess around with the cards and just make sure that everything is ready and lots of time for printing. I've started writing the support book that goes with it. There's going to be also like a coffee table like art book for the deck for those of you who are interested in the art but not necessarily the deck itself, or both. So that's been a lot of my energy. Just been like very disciplined with my time to make sure that I can get all these things laid out. She busy. Yes, Penny, that is true. All these creative processes and this inspiration. It's too good. I want a little blue, I think. It's a little... all us artist creative types, it's hard to keep us sitting. Okay, bro, just why is it doing the brush thing? I just wanted eyedropper. There we go. This is what I want. I did too much of the other thing. Yes, it is a busy time, but it's exciting because I'm seeing it all come together. And I want to spend some time with the cards when they're all drawn up and just make sure that we have time to go through some of them. Like I was mentioning last week, there's a few things in like earlier cards that I just want to do tiny tweaks. Like I feel very happy with how the cards are coming together and how they all work together. There's just a couple little things that from learning Fresco or new tools that are available, or just my own ease of use, like little things. Like my example I used last week was the fortune teller card. She's surrounded by candles, but looking at that card a couple of days ago, they don't pop quite the same as some of the other ones I've done more recently. So I would probably just go back and make sure those candles pop that little bit. But I think overall I've been very consistent with the development of the cards. In that, like, stylistically they're all very similar. So any tweaks I do would be very minimal, I think. Just making sure I have them all in the right suit and the right colors and all that kind of fun madness. make sure they all still line up together and there's no repeats. I did have one card, like I've had them all laid out for a while, but as I go through the deck, as I go through the deck, I've been like adjusting somewhere. I'm like, I feel like this tent isn't going to work here, so I'm going to change it to this one. Or I reread the book and was like, oh, this scene has to be in here, and it's not yet, so we need to definitely adjust it. So I've been going through all that kind of stuff and adjusting, but I came down to the end and I had one card. I called the cards two different things, but they were the same thing. And I was like, oh no, I have it twice, but I really want to use it. So I've tweaked it so that it's... Why? I've tweaked it so that it actually will work. But I was like, whoa, that would have been weird. But I fixed it. Odari says, so crazy that you're doing plants right now. Do you know that I'm the plant guy? That's what they call me. I know you've been super into plants lately, which is awesome. Sorry guys, I gotta get rid of a bot here. Ugh. RB usually takes care of these. Oh, but yeah, you're the plant guy. You've got some crazy plants. Pew, pew, pew. What view? Oh, no, I had it. Pickles. 8. Done. Haha. I figured it out. I call you the plant guy because yes, if you're not following Odari's Instagram, he has some very fabulous plants on there. Like very elaborate plants that would probably not appreciate being in my house. Because as hard as I try, there's just some plants that just won't live here. Like I really want to be good at the prayer plants. They're so pretty and they're so nice. They don't want to live here. I've tried so many, even like the easiest ones. Like the rattlesnake one. I had a rattlesnake one for quite some time. She did good until she didn't. So I'm a pothos spider plant lady. Gotta keep it simple. Gotta keep it simple. So many now. I'm trying to get them away. It's insane. It is a little bit crazy how some of them do. Like I actually have a monstera, which you can't see here, that's doing really well. She started this big and is like ginormous now. Each leaf is like twice the size of the last one. She's doing pretty well in here. But yeah, like it gets to a point like I'm like, that monstera is my third roommate at this, like a third roommate at this point. It's just chaos. A third person in the apartment. Me, Mojo, and the plant. But it's a little crazy how they go. 90 plants. Oh gosh. Well, I will feel less bad about going to the plant store with my sister in a couple weeks now. I don't have that many. Alessandra's in the chat. Welcome to the stream. How's everything going? Your birds were looking really good on the weekend. Loving it. Okay, see, this is coming together a little bit more. A little bit more. It just looks so smooth. I don't know how this is happening. Like you see in comparison, it's great. I'm having a lot of fun. Good. I'm glad. Because they're looking really good. We've already covered all the things. Dari will be back soon. He's starting a podcast. It's going to be awesome. TBD. It's going to be sweet. Like it looks so smooth. Is that like not a problem? I guess not. Because what I could do, pickles on this guy. Can we do some levels? Can we like, I don't think levels is what I want. So that's gonna make it brighter. That's not what I want. I want to, I think this is what I want. Just take out a little bit. Come on, you. Oh dear. I'm gonna let Photoshop calm down here. Maybe that's a little what I need. Just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna hit save because she's having a freak out. Excuse me. Okay, I think that's a little better. Oddly enough, she was a little too bright. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Whew. Not always the obvious thing. I do like that Photoshop added in more. Okay, what is going on? Edit. Oh, I know what happened. There we go. Just a little bit. It was very bright, so I think that's why things weren't coming out quite the right way. And then maybe these, because these are not impacted by that. We either, nope, I don't think multiply is what I want. Well, let's try it. Ugh, absolutely not. What I'm gonna do is image adjustments. We're gonna pull the color down on this just a touch too. Aha! Yes, yes. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I am in Photoshop right now. So initially these guys were done, the plants were done traditionally. Some of them luckily on a live stream, which is pretty awesome. Traditional watercolor, pencil, crayon, etc. And then I am putting some final digital touches on these. Now the hue saturation did something to the pot I don't want. So I did them traditionally because these are a request from a friend of mine. Come on. Here we go. For their daughter's bedroom. They wanted some new fancy arts in a big girl bedroom. And so there was a delay. We were waiting for furniture, so we wanted to make sure we had the right colors and styling and all that kind of fun madness. And the furniture is in. So now we gotta put the final touches on this. So we're just doing Photoshop right now because I wanted the text in here. I was going to put the final touches in Fresco, but I opted to not. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of how to. But I haven't been in Photoshop in a very long time, so I'm implying a lot of fresco things. Oh, I want a lot of fresco things to this, but that's just rasterize, delete. And then I want to, is that not the shortcut? Yeah, I haven't been in Photoshop regularly in a very long time. Ah, pickles. Does not have a few. Yeah, so I haven't been in Photoshop regularly in a long time, so you're going to watch me relearn it together. It's going to be super fun. Okay, now I'm trying to think of how best to do this, because the pot was actually the color I wanted. So maybe if I undo what I did. Okay, the plants are there. And maybe I delete the pot. And then, so what I've done is I've duplicated the layer. I just want to return the pot back to the color I want. Haha! Okay. Okay, so when I did that hue saturation and I sucked some of the color out of it, I used the same thing that I use in fresco where I pull the saturation out, but instead of pulling it all the way to 0 like I do for the tarot cards, I just pulled it a little bit because it just took some of that little bit of vibrance that was bugging me out of it so that it will go better with some of these other plants. But when I did that, like one of the requests was that these pots be brighter colors, like almost like a coral. Like I do have some leveling and work to do on the pots, but like the idea is that they're going to be kind of a pinkish color so that they'll go with the colors that were chosen for the room. But when I sucked all the that little bit of color out of there, it took that color out of the pot. So, and I didn't want that. So what I did, I duplicated the layer so that I could keep those kind of less crisp flower, like petals. So this is the bright original. I duplicated it, but when I duplicated that layer, it didn't keep all these smart filters down here on that layer, all that hue saturation adjustment, etc., which is what I was initially going to adjust. So instead of deleting, so what I did was I just deleted the pot out of that duplication because this is staying these colors. Like there's, unless I go back in hue saturate it, it's staying these colors. So I just deleted the pot out and then took the hue saturation out of this and put it back to where it was originally, back to 0. And then it made the pot that little bit brighter. So that is good news that I could do that. A little finicky, a little crapshooty, but we figured it out. Now, I don't generally like doing like a lot. So this one is kind of inspired by some of the pothos that I have around my house, mainly the ginormous one that's eating my kitchen alive. I bought it when it was this big, and now she's just living her best life. The one on the bottom, what plant inspired that one? It's like a tiny little, not even, no. I don't even know where that one came from. I don't have one of those here. And then we have a snake plant, and we have, oh, like a, starts with a D, big leaves. It'll come to me. Give me a sec. So I don't like to play with these like hue saturations. Like I don't want to deviate too far because as you can see, when you go all this way, like unless I'm doing something like radical and crazy, I don't find like it just does, it messes up the traditional a little bit. It's just me. Like, you can play with this all you'd like. But I just want to get it a little more red. We'll see how this looks. We'll go like this. Dieffenbachia, that's the word I was looking at for. We have one of those in here. So what that hue saturation is doing is that's taking the colors that are there and it's adjusting it. So when I did the saturation, it's adding a little bit of red, and you could see the rainbow there. It's adding blues and greens and all that kind of purples, and you can have it do all those kinds of things. Generally, like with something like this, like I said, I don't like to play with it too much unless I'm like really intending to have like very different situations. I don't want to play with it too much because it messes with some of the like the traditional look. But it is a helpful tool to keep things kind of a little more universal. You can see these are a little more similar now, which is what I was kind of hoping for. So I think this is for the M. So let's play with this guy then a little bit. Let's Command U on the Mac. Now this might not work. Okay, so the thing with this one right now, the reason why the pot was just changing colors is because I did that layering situation and just kind of took the pot out. This now, I'll show you more dramatically, it's going to colorize everything. Super fun, that's kind of cool, but not really what we're looking for. So what I actually think I might try, oddly enough, not too much, just beef up the saturation on this one. You should duplicate some of the leaves and distort them instead of drawing each and every one. Oh, that's a good call. That's a good call. I can add, then I can make it bushier. I like that. See, it's all these kinds of things that I think, like, I like to do. But when I'm doing like traditional, like I hand drew all these first. Then you're like, where's my copy paste? Okay, see, that's looking really good. Okay, so I just needed that as a reference. We're gonna hide this guy right now, and then we're gonna take Odari's suggestion here. Because we wanna make, like, I don't wanna make it too crazy, but I think adding a few more is a great idea. So let's see what we got here. Now I've done a silly thing. Nope, this will be fun. We're just gonna make sure we copy from this one, because it's the colors I want. Oh, my monitor is dusty. It's a thing when the sun starts to come out. Hard to see your dusty business that is your house. Excuse you. What are you doing? Excuse you. From here. Huh? Copy. Paste. What the freaking frick? Oh, I don't know. I want to copy from here. Copy. Paste. Lord. I was copying something that wasn't the thing. Oh, come on, you. Transform. There we go. Come here. Just come here. And then, because it's hand drawn, we can manipulate it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. I avoid this doing in the tarot deck just because the lines wouldn't be matching. The line weights kind of matter to me. This one, the only thing I'm not going to do is flip it because my light source would be different. But that's just me. Wow. Okay, we're going to click save. She lagging, bro. Oh, you nincompoop. That was my fault. It didn't stay because I told it not to. Wait, get the heck out of here. You. To me. Okay, buddy. Okay. Again, I'm just relearning all the selection tools here. Because you can grab things a little easier in Photoshop now than you used to be able to. Be a little bit more deliberate, a little bit more... Actually, what I'm going to do here with your selections and all that kind of madness. But they've added some features, which is really great that for the selection. It's just like for this kind of stuff, it's a little bit tricksy. Plants aren't perfect, just make them fuller. Plants like that likes to flourish. The more leaves you add, the better. Definitely. I know this one, like, I have like a pothos. Like I said, the one in the kitchen, it's literally taking over my kitchen. She huge. Excuse you. Thank you. Oh, too bad I don't have a Wacom tablet I could use. There we go. Sheesh, Erin. Yes, we won't cover up the pot with too many. Like Odari says, if you want the pot to show, don't cover up with too many leaves. We're not going to cover up the pot too much just because it is a featured piece, but I think we can fill out behind this a little bit more. It seems to be taking... like the back, like it's like bringing the background in. Oh, I guess it's because it's not masked. That's fine. We're gonna put it in behind like this. Further in behind. Oh, come on, you. You in behind this layer. There we go. And then we're gonna option, select. And that's a duplication, which is so good. There we go. Oh, here we go. Here's where I make my money back. There we go. Option, click. So good. It's my favorite thing in everything. Behind's a good idea. I'd make them a little darker than the ones up front. Excellent call. So actually, what I'm going to do, if I put them in the back, then I can do that all at once. Because what I'm doing right now is creating a pile of extra layers, but if I can group them together, then that won't be a problem. Boop, 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 boop. And we can do work some crazy witchcraft here. Okay, what about over here? In behind is good, cause then it doesn't matter. Just remembering where the layers are. Here we go. Then we're gonna work some witchcraft. Boop, 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 boop. It's okay. Penny, I was going to set up my Mojo Cam this week, but then he changed his spot where he was hanging out, and my camera wasn't there. So we'll try and see if he settles into a new spot for a bit, and then I'll set up my camera. He knew we were going to be watching him, so he changed his spot. Come here. Come here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Aaron's asking a lot of Photoshop right now. Come on. Come on. We're going to save is what we're going to do. Hey, by the way, I'm starting to podcast. What is happening? Okay, so, hey, by the way, I'm starting to podcast. You want it, please, please, please. I don't know when I'm starting, but it's going to start soon. Excellent. Yes, I second Antoine's question. What are we podcasting about? And then let us know where we can follow you and find it when it is ready, if you have that information, and you can put it in the chat. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out. And then, now the tricky piece is remembering where all these things are sitting so I can copy them. Boop, boop. Another one down here. Eee. Actually, this can go under. Oh, see, now what I'm going to do is going to make a mess, so we're not going to do that. I was going to put it under the R, but what I think I'm going to do instead is just erase some of this chaos. Okay, do the thing. No, don't do that. Erase. No, no, no. Silly. Oh, this mess. Eraser, please. Bro. Eraser? Eraser? Why are we like this? Talking to me, oh, for Pete's sake. Why are we like this? There we go. Sorry, it's having a bit of a fit. So we're trying to. Pot is looking fuller. All these plants are looking so glorious. Look at it go. Just gonna erase a few little edges here. Because they're going to get in the way of my other stuff. And then no, don't do that. Okay. Yeah, see, it's funny, eh? Some of these so one thing to keep in mind is even though I've masked out, well, I guess it makes sense. I masked out all the backgrounds, like I did the remove background generation. When I'm doing this copy paste of the leaves, it's not remembering that. It makes sense, it's not going to copy the mask with it, but just something to keep in mind. Can we use the eraser? Bro. Why are we like this right now? Eraser. There we go. So it's going to keep some of the background in there. So just something to watch for. I don't think it's going to do too much here to me. Look at that beauty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Can I group all of these? Good, good. So I can at least select them. All these little copies that are happening here. And I just want it below there. Those are all the little leaves we just copied. And now I'm going to, I don't want to, why is it passed through? I'm going to hue saturate. Oh, I can't do a group? What? What? Oh, I can't do a whole group? That is a pile of silliness. Looks fantastic. Thank you. This was an excellent suggestion. Because I was having a hard time with this guy for a sec. Really? Okay. Okay. Before I make a mess, I'm going to duplicate this group because I can't do what I want to be doing here. Duplicate group. Group. Don't follow my layer naming tactics. It's no good. No, that's not what I wanted. What I want. So the one I'm showing is merging the group. So what that did is that put everything all together on one layer at the same time. Because now I can do my adjustment. And take Odori's suggestion. Oh, you jerk. I'm gonna make them a little darker, but then I have to clean up the. So, why didn't that stick? It didn't stick. What the? Okay. Okay. That was weird. And then I'm just going to go in and we're going to erase some of these edges. Okay, we're going to save first. The other layer is intact on top, which is good. Eraser, please. Eraser, please. Why does this do this? It was doing that. I don't think it's the Wacom tablet. It was doing that last week. Just like, no, you don't want the eraser tool. Yes, I do. Okay. Oops. Nope, 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 nope. Yes, always save. That would be a shame. I don't want to copy the leaves again. Like, I mean, I know how. It's fine. I just, you know, I want to move on to the next plants. So these are only going to be like an 8.5 by 11. So I'm trying not to get too worked up about like, oh, all the tiniest little speckles, because these are going to be they're not all going to show up. Like I'm going to go in and be like I'll go in and make sure it's nice and clean, obviously, before I print them. Just for this moment alone. I won't have you guys watch me pixel hunt. So I will go back in and clean up some of those. Like there's one like the background still showing, but I have to erase the leaf. No, thank you. I'd have to erase the leaf to get rid of it, so we'll just, some of these will have to go in, add a shadow or something to clean up the mess we're making here. There's probably much cleaner ways. Barbie's in the background, he's screaming at me because he has different ways to do this. But like I said, I'm not living in Photoshop a lot, so this is how I know how to do the thing. Oops, 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 oops. Excellent. Oops. This one definitely. So yeah, like when I go in and do these, like finalize and wrap them up, I'll definitely be, oh no, going in and like really cleaning it up and making sure all these little edges are nice and clean and all that kind of madness. This is just to give you an idea of what we're thinking. Passenger everything on Photoshop back in the day. Now I can tell you how to use it. Crazy, right? Hey, this is what this teamwork live stream business is all about, yo. Yeah. Alrighty, so if we do a quick save for a sec. Did it save? It did. So let's plant before, plant after. Ah, thank you for that suggestion. That's very nice. I do like that. I was like liking that you could see the R through it and it was just like super cute on top, but much fuller now. Loving it. So I am going to go through and properly clean this up. But I feel like now this is looking a little more along the lines of what I'm looking for. So we have the E. See, there's our Diefenbachia inspired plant. I'll have to change the color of the pot on that one. Oh, these are all off. Letter M. I changed the color of the pot on that one. Excuse me. And our little snake plant. So I think we're in pretty good shape, actually. Like I said, there is still one more drawing to do with a bunch of plants. Like I said, I was surprised that I hadn't done like a spider plant already because I have so many of them around here. So I might do like a spider plant with like a little cactus maybe or something, because like the last one will just be plants with no letters. But yeah, I think this one came together really well. Excellent teamwork, team. I actually might do another one. Like I might do another like maybe I'll do like another set of leaves that kind of go in the background, but I gotta clean up what I've done first so far so that I don't have too much to tidy up later. I think we're doing good. I love it. Thanks, team. So yeah, I think that's a good logical breaking point. So yeah, so I'll keep picking away at this. I think there's still a few more like some brushes and stuff that needs to be handled here. But I think overall this is a really great effect. This is why I love the live streams. If I need any suggestions for plants, Odari has over 90. Oh my gosh, yeah, if I run into plant ideas, I know who to call for sure. Okay, so I'm going to keep working on this in the background. I do need to kind of get these done and sent off to their final results, final homes, but I'll definitely be posting them online when I'm done. But Alessandra says, I can barely keep one plant alive. I can't help you. Okay, I won't call you for that. So yeah, so I'm going to keep working on these, get these finished up because they have to go off to their home. And then we'll probably be back with some more tarot next time. Now, next week is a holiday on Monday for Canada, so I'm not going to be streaming, I don't think. If I feel the need to and I feel inspired, I'll post a thing online, but probably going to take the long weekend to get ahead on a few things. So no stream next week. It's Victoria Day. You guys have Memorial Day the week after? Or the Friday or something? But ours is for the Queen. The Queen. So we're off on the Monday. So I will be probably not streaming, but if I do, I'll post on the Instagram that I'm going to do it. So I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, I'll be on the Monday after and probably be back with tarot. With any luck, these will be wrapped up in a bow off to their home at that point. So I won't keep working on these. We'll work on something else. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Odari, Alessandra, Penny, Antoine, Dan, everybody who's still here, who's been lurking and all that other kind of stuff. Make sure to follow Alessandra. She does lots of streaming throughout the week. Penny has also been streaming on Thursdays, etc. You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope that you guys all have a great week. Keep an eye out for Odari on Instagram. He's going to tell us all about his fabulous podcast. And yeah, keep an eye on all the humans. Dan's streaming throughout the day. Make sure you're following that. Our coloring book's going to be ready soon, so don't miss it. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you, team, for your help this time. I really appreciate it. And awesome work as always. Thank you very much. And I will catch you all in a couple weeks. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.